Hey guys, what's up? I'm gonna get a group ride going here. Be crazy. The kicker's unplugged. Sorry. Not touched the power meter at all. Power meter. Garbage yesterday. We're not going to do workout. We're going to do group ride, start in 4 minutes. Alright. Group ride. Turn on some fans. And we should be good to go. This is a group ride with a fence. I think they estimate this one at like 3 to 3.2. So, shouldn't be anything too crazy. How's everybody doing today? Happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a good end of their week. You're in the US, you've had a holiday, so that's been nice. I had today off as well, so nice 4-day weekend going on for me. Been lazy up to this point today. I had my morning coffee, relaxed, did a little bit of bike maintenance. Went on a long ride yesterday, a hot long ride, and couple of little things I didn't like about my bike yesterday that I did a little fixing on today. Some of it's just little maintenance stuff. My bottle cages were rattling a little bit yesterday, and they seemed loose, but the bolts were hard to turn, so I removed all my bottle cages, lubed up the bolts, the threads, and put them back in, got everything nice and snug. I did buy stainless steel bolts for the bottle cages last year, so they're not getting corroded or anything, or they're not getting rusty, but just the sweat and that gets them stiff in the frame. So do a little work on those to make sure they don't get seized in the frame and screw anything up. What else did I do? I think that was about it. Pulled the seat post out, lubed it up, put it back in. Something you do on a, not super regular basis, but something you want to keep that seat post from getting completely seized up. Pimp, how's it going? So I did that today while I was working on stuff too. I think that was about it. Said nothing major. Got did some video editing from my GoPro camera from my ride yesterday. Hey JC, what's up? So did a little bit of that, and got some group ride information out there for a group ride that I'm going to try to do tomorrow outside. So yeah, not much, man. I'm just gonna get into this group ride here, and not sure how long we'll be on or how far we'll take it. Update you guys on the power meter situation if you've been paying attention. I did the B Pros are continuing to be worse and worse. I actually switched it to a B Pro single-sided, thinking that would improve things, but actually the single-sided pedal has went completely crazy as well. So so right now we have no reliable road bike power meter. We're using the Kicker on Zwift. Yeah, right now, just looking at my pedals, they're completely off. I switched them back to a double-sided, see how it would go today, and it's still screwy. And then, so I was looking at getting the Osceomas. I added them to my cart in Clever Training, and then they emailed me this 10% off coupon, that 10% off next 48 hours for the information in your cart, or anything in your cart. And in the email, it actually showed the contents of my cart, which was just the pedals. I went to use the code, and it says, oh, this code's not valid for this item. So I sent him a ticket like on Tuesday. Kind of complained about that. I'm like, hey, if the only thing in my cart doesn't qualify for the coupon, you shouldn't be emailing me the coupon with the contents of my cart included in the email. That's a little misleading there. Well, they hadn't got back to me, and then on Wednesday, like right before the end of the day, I got an email from him, and it said, basically our support team is a little bit backed up, and because we have not responded to your support request yet, here's a 15% off one-time coupon for Clever Training. And I used it, and it worked on the pedals. So I'm like, oh, I ordered the pedals. Now, one way or another, I guess it got solved. So we saved $90 on the pedals with tax, 2-day shipping. It's because of the holidays. I don't know. I got a tracking number. The tracking number says Tuesday delivery, but it's supposed to be 2-day shipping. So, but they haven't actually picked up the pedals yet. It's just a tracking number right now. It's not actually in FedEx's hands yet. So I'm hoping I might end up with them on Monday. if they actually get out the door today. But I don't think I'll have a better idea of the tracking until they actually get it in their hands. Yeah, it worked out well. I mean, I do have to... That website does hit you with the state taxes too, so... I mean, I'm still under $600 total with a new set of pedals. Dual-sided pedals, even. So, that's a good deal. Now I have to decide what to do with the current pedals. So, Vivero says that, if I ship them back to me, they'll do diagnostics on them. They'll recalibrate them. I don't, JC. Not at all. So, Vivero says if I send them the pedals, they'll recalibrate and, get the V-Pros fixed up. And my response is like, hey, shipping to Italy's not cheap. You're kind of leaving it open-ended on whether it's warranty or not. They basically replied and said it's not warranty. So I'll have to pay shipping and at least $90 for them to recalibrate them, and then I'd have to pay for any parts for them to repair them, which could be nothing if it's just a calibration thing, or it could be like $300 a pedal for new sensors. So I'm debating, like, if I can ship them, like, they're basically bricks at this point. So if I can ship them for $40 or $50, is it worth the gamble? And then if they come back and be like, yeah, it's going to be $300 to fix them, I'll just say, yeah, keep them. But if they come back with it's only going to be the $90, then plus shipping back, I'm like, okay, for $180, I've got another refurbished set of pedals, right? So, is it worth the gamble to ship them? Because right now, they're just completely junk. I rode them on my ride yesterday. If you look at my Strava, about halfway through the ride, it just completely quit working. And then it started going like 800 watts to nothing, 800 watts to nothing. They were just completely junk. And that was when I switched to single-sided and was a left-only pedal. Because we thought the issue was only the right pedal. And that does not appear to be the case either. So, I really don't know what the issue is. Yeah, what I was looking at was maybe just long-term saving me some hassle. If I refurbed them for under, let's say, $200, just stick them on the TT bike and leave them. Now, right now I'm swapping between the road and the TT bike for power meter all the time, which is also a change in crank length, and it's just a hassle, right? If I got them repaired, I'd probably just make them permanent TT bike hardware. But also, like, a backup, too, right? Like, if... then I've got a pair, right? Or, help out a buddy that needs them in a pinch, or, something like that, maybe, too. Oh, nice, JC. You ready? You pumped for it, man? Should be fun. Yeah. Have fun with it, man. Don't stress it. Just go have some fun. Oh, they're not going to use the fence. Oh, point-to-point race, huh, JC? Yeah, that happens, man. But how long is the race? Mostly flat, a lot of climbing. What do you expect? Group riding or solo suffering? $205 miles, okay. It's a decent amount of climbing, yeah. Yeah. PDF starting too, man. That's exciting. I'm ready for that. Anything under 12 hours? Okay. Yeah, man, just cruise, have fun with it. Find some people to ride with and do your thing. So is there any like stops or like rest stops or anything? Like 200 miles is a lot to pack on the bike, so what's your option for refueling? Just water stops, you stop quick and refill and go, or is it just hand-ups maybe? There's some food stops. Okay, there's some stops. Mostly water, okay. Yeah, so you need like a, I just took it off my, you need like a top tube bag, or just fill your pockets with like gels and something with you know, a high caloric concentration. You know, Cliff bars and things like that. For that long, you probably want some protein too, even some mixed nuts, maybe some beef jerky. Hey, Turbo Mike, what's up, buddy? Monsterland. Nobody gets it. There's no Ohios. They're all rookies. The only answer is Ohio. My FTP is about 340, 350. Yeah, that'll be interesting, JT. Maybe for some, but I'm guessing if you've never ridden them before, you're not going to want to use them a ton. But maybe get, you know, maybe 40, 50 miles out of them here and there. I would say rotate, you know. Especially if you're like working in a pack. If you go to the front, use them a little bit. When you're sitting in the pack, definitely don't. But I wouldn't spend a ton of time in them straight through if you haven't ridden them before. Because what you'll find is like after 50, 60 miles, you really start getting shoulder and back ache maybe. And it could really get rough. So I would rotate, yeah. So I definitely take advantage of it. You know, some. Just know, without the practice on them, you want to be careful not to overdo a new position. You know, I've got the clip-ons on this bike. I rode it yesterday for, I have to go back and look, 55 miles, something like that. Pretty hard pace. And I was in aero some. It was super hot. We did a gas station stop. And I had a puddle on the sidewalk underneath me. I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow. We're going to start a little bit earlier tomorrow. Maybe not get as hot. But you want to check out my ride from yesterday, it is on Strava and it is on YouTube. What you probably do is you probably put your forearms, not your elbows, on the pads. Would be my guess. Even on the ones I've got on this bike have a set length. They're longer than what you're talking about, but they have a set length. And a lot of times my hands are actually, I don't think you can see it, but my hands are kind of over the top of them like this. Where they go into my palm rather than like sticking out the top of my hand. I think you'll find on a typical reach of a road bike, you can't really put your elbows on the pads. You're too far forward. You got to put your forearms on the pads. It's not like a true TT bar. That's my hunch. I've never ridden the really stubby ones that like that. Got a new follower on Strava. Thank you. Yeah. And I think it's good for that, yeah. You know, the one thing I don't like about putting mine on my road bike, it takes away my tops. Where in your situation, it may not. But for me, I can only really go back to the bin behind my hoods. I can't go full tops. It's just out in the corners. So I don't like that part of it. But, like the ride I did yesterday, and the ride I'm going to do tomorrow, it's with a bunch of Tri guys. When I get on the front, I gotta get down and go. Yeah. So it does take a little bit of the tops away from you. Yeah, they're probably better than what I've got though. I mean, mine are full-size pads, arm pads. Good fun little group right here, just cruising. Had a really hot ride yesterday, so kind of debating about what to do today, and then when I established another ride for tomorrow, I'm just going to do a group ride here. Can't get over dehydrated or anything like that today. Yesterday I really cooked it, so gotta make sure, and it's gonna be hot again tomorrow, gotta make sure I'm fully hydrated and prepared for tomorrow. Not necessarily for the effort, but for the heat. The effort won't be the hurdle tomorrow, it'll be the heat. It's gonna be just hard enough that I'll have a pretty high sweat rate trying to work with the guys to keep their pace up. Most of them will be riding my wheel for a lot of it, I think, so maybe I should just let them do the work and then I don't have to go as hard. I don't know who Black Keys are. Guy asked if there's any Black Keys fans out there. Anybody got any fun rides planned for the weekend? We got JC's info on his 200 miler. Definitely going to be tough to beat that. We got classics races coming up next week for the men. That'll be fun. We'll be on the channel for that, but we are not racing it. We are team leading this first round. Have to decide here if we do we do a little effort on the volcano here, or do we just ride? This is the bars you got, okay. I've got my power up quick too. Okay, yeah, so you can hold in kind of underneath them right a little bit on the outside corners, but you don't have a lot more room than I do. But I would say, yeah, you can probably do forearms with the top grab or the side grab, kind of put that upper crossbar kind of between two fingers and kind of hold on to the top of it probably. There actually looks like a few good hand placements on that one. And what I like is like my elbow pads, the back edge of my elbow pads are even with my crossbar. Yours are behind. So you actually can probably ride those a little better than mine. They're probably a little better placed. Mine are a little too far out front. Leader off the bat, guys. I don't. Never had to put like a number on the bike like that. Like a triathlon, we just tape it directly onto the tubes. I don't know if like, if you just need something to keep the number stiff, you may be able to trim it out of like a piece of plastic, like an old Tupperware lid or something. Maybe. And then like, just laminate it in packing tape or something. I don't know. Oh, yeah, just I don't like that either. I mean, that's not Arrow, right? Why would you ride a bike like yours and then stick a billboard on the front of it? Can you just pin it on you? Can it be just on your jersey, or does it have to be on the bike? Like, you could pin it on your side, like above the pockets, so you still have access to your pockets. If you pin it on the back, you either have to pin it completely on the pockets, so you have full use of the pockets, or pin it like above the pockets. Yeah, helmet's good. Helmet's good. Yeah. Dropping for the leader. The leader needs to come on. Like, we're not hammering here. Just ride the ride pace. If somebody falls off that far, and we're not like hammering at all compared to the ride pace, you gotta move on. Like, at some point, you have to accept one or two guys might fall off just out of circumstance. Huh. Yeah, I've never ran a bike number like that, so, So, can you, like, what I've done for triathlon is I take those numbers they give me for the bike, and I trim off all the excess material around the number, and then I tape the number, like with packing tape, directly on one of my Arrow bars, like my frame bars that are Arrow, and like you might have to wrap around both sides, but it's really just for bike identification, so it doesn't all have to face one direction. So, maybe trim it down as small as you can, and just use packing tape, and tape it directly on your frame, somewhere. I mean, the Vinge has some pretty wide places on it. I mean, a lot of it's for security, actually. A lot of it's just about connecting the bike with the rider. Like for a triathlon, it's in transition, right? Like, you're marked with your race number on your arm, and they have people watching the transition. If you try to leave transition without a mark on your arm that matches the bike, they will stop you. So, same with the helmet. So it's really about equipment identification and security in a triathlon. And it sounds like that's probably what this is more than race identifications. It's probably more security. Double drafts on here, so I can hold on pretty well. These guys pushing. I don't know who Saggy is. Haha. What's up, Frank? Not too bad, buddy. Not too bad. Oh. Yeah, baby, test it. Oh yeah, I'm not chasing Saggy at 6-0. I don't want to go that hard. I don't have the big fan on. I don't have a jersey I can open up. Oh, nice, right? Yeah. Oh, dang, it is getting there already, isn't it? Yeah, grass is always coming. shake things off a little bit. Just a group ride. 3-0 to 3-2. We're racing the hill a little bit. Woo, baby. Good little kick. I thought it gave me a jersey for a second. I'm like, is that a girl? Nah, it's just a bug. Ah, that was fun. A little clear of the legs. There's the group ride going up. Surprised at how slow it's dragging me here. It's coasting down. Heart rate recovers quick. Yeah, so Bugs, I don't like that Swift doesn't tell me what the event name is, but it's just a group ride. ZVRGH Element OP. We rocked with, I don't know, whatever. The out and back course, and it's a 3 to 3.2 group ride. We're finishing up. So Frank, I don't know if you heard, my B-Pros are they are flaking out on me. don't know if you caught all that. They started going crazy about a week ago, maybe. And thought it was just the right pedal because it was a left-right balance issue and it was really funky. Made it a single-sided pedal for a ride yesterday. And even as a single-sided pedal, it actually quit working on me about halfway through the group ride. And then it would periodically start working, but then like at one point it'd be 800 watts and then, you know, the same effort would be 5 watts. So it's completely off after about halfway through my ride yesterday. I've been working with the company, provided a lot of evidence comparing it to the Kicker and the left-right balance going really weird with Kicker to compare to, and so they agree that they're seeing an anomaly, but I'm out of warranty. So I'll come back to that in a minute. At the same time, I've been looking like, okay, knowing the age of them, do I replace them? So the Asiomas are clearly the cheapest around. Couldn't find any deals on any PowerTap P2s or P1s. So best I could do on a P2 was about $880 to my door. New. The Asiomas on Clever Training were $680 to my door, I think it was. But then, like, I put them in my cart for Clever Training, and they, when they were in my cart, they sent me an email like, oh, we see you've been active, like, here's a 10% off your next purchase coupon. We see you've added something to your cart, and at the bottom of that email, it actually had the pedals in my cart. So I go to apply the coupon in my cart, and it won't apply because the pedals don't qualify for the coupon. And I'm like, I sent him a message. I sent him a trouble ticket or, you know, a sales ticket. And I was like, hey, like, you sent me this coupon, and this was the only item in my cart. Like, you shouldn't be sending me a coupon if the item in my cart doesn't qualify for the coupon. Like, come on. You gotta be better than that, right? Like, so then I was like, you know, can you do anything for me on these? You know, I'm looking to buy, but, you know, I might go another direction if I can't get a better deal than this. You know, just kind of pushed on them a little bit. And they never got back to me on the ticket. I submitted it like late Monday. Come Wednesday, right before the holiday, you know, like late yesterday afternoon, or I guess Wednesday afternoon, before the holiday, I get this note from Clever Training. Hey, our support line's a little backed up with the holidays, this and that. We didn't get back to you in the normal 2 days that we can, so because of the extended wait, we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Here's a 15% off coupon for your next purchase. So that 15% off coupon, guess what? It works on the pedals. So I ordered pedals Wednesday. Less than $600 to my door, brand new. Which is a really good deal. But so Favero wants me to ship my pedals back, my B-Pros. They'll recalibrate them for me, and then they'll give me an invoice for any replaced parts. Whether it's going to end up costing me at a minimum if I don't need any parts. No, Asioma. So I still stayed with Favero just for price. I mean, it ends up being $270 cheaper. Like, I can't go to P2s for that cost difference. But for the Favero, then I can ship these pedals back. It's going to cost me at least, so I can ship them for, let's say, $50-$60. Get them there to Italy. And if they, I gotta push here. If they only have to calibrate them, and, you know, if they don't need any hard parts, if they only have to program them, I can get them back for, yeah. So with the B-Pros, if I send them and it's no hard parts and they just have to program them and whatever it is, right? Electronics, it's a $90 charge in shipping back. So for under $200, I could get the B-Pros back essentially refurbished. But if there's any hard parts that need to be replaced, they would charge me. So I'm at this point where I've got this gamble. Like, I could ship them for $50 or $60 to Italy, and it could be $350 in hard parts. And then I'm just like, yeah, throw them in the garbage. So is the shipping cost there worth the gamble to say I can get them repaired and back for under $200 and, you know, permanently assign them to the TT bike and have them as kind of a spare or backup. Ah! Oh, he crashed it! Oh! Yikes. Oh. Can't say that I haven't maybe done something similar, but I didn't wreck the car. And I didn't get caught. Don't tell my children that. Yeah, there wouldn't be much arguing if I would have done that in my house. Like, I would have been hiding. What's... Your brother just needs to sit down and take his lumps on that one, right? Like, there's no arguing back with Dad on that one. Like... Yeah. I was wrong. I made a mistake. That's a life lesson there, son. You sit down and own it. There's nothing to argue about. It's actually one lesson I teach my kids sometimes. Sometimes you're just wrong, and when you're just wrong, you gotta own it. You gotta own it, and you gotta learn from it. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. There's no excuse. There's nothing I can say. Hey, AMA triathlete. A lot of time in the process of getting my stream to where it's at now. So, that's a big question there. If you're interested in the hardware I've got, AMA, if you look underneath my stream, in some of my stream info, all my hardware info is down there. Software-wise, I use OBS to stream, and do my encoding and stuff. And then, you know, just building on my overlays and stuff. But most of my hardware information is listed below. Kind of all over the place on the conversation today. So in the end now, I got pedals on the way. New pedals should be here Monday, Tuesday. I have to decide if I want to take the gamble of shipping the Faveros to Italy. I mean, if I don't ship them, they're basically worthless. They go so crazy off from time to time. They're not dependable. So, they're just bricks if I don't send them off. So, I'm leaning toward it's worth maybe the gamble if I can get the shipping cheap enough. I need to investigate DHL because FedEx is like $100. But I think I can get DHL to ship cheaper. Actually, JC, I just shipped to UK with USPS. It was super cheap and super good, super fast. But Favero actually says do not use the postal service. The postal service in Italy is very poor at international shipping, and they've had numerous lost and missing packages. So they're telling me to specifically use FedEx, UPS, or DHL. Do not use the postal service. Hey, my Vainglory. A lot of new names popping in here and there, guys. Thanks for dropping in. If you're new to the stream, hit the follow button. We're kind of chilling a little bit today. But we'll just chill and chat here for a while. But I really appreciate you guys. If you're new, you know, say hi in the chat. We're a friendly bunch here. We're a little community, so, you know, this isn't a typical Twitch stream. From a gamer perspective, so we stay pretty community oriented and mostly PG to PG-13. We're not a big judgy crowd here, so feel free to chat it up. Ask questions related to triathlon and streaming and Zwift and bikes for sure. There we go, thinking about buying a smart trainer. Yes, but you may have to be patient, Vainglory. If you only have $300, I think you're gonna have to look for used and do a little research. With $300, you may have to, I'd almost be tempted to go Z-Power route to start out with, or just be patient. You might need to go to like 400 to get like a used kicker. But that's what I'd be looking at. Oh, good, JC. You found a solution. So yeah, you're definitely going to be in the used market to get something for $300 that's going to be of any quality for Zwift. But like a used kicker, but you might have to bump to 400. And you can find them pretty regularly at 500. I've seen them from time to time at 400. I think if you're patient, you can get one for 400. And to start out with, pretty much any version kicker is good. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. JC, just trace it onto cardboard and do it. But from a kicker perspective, I'd go with the wheel off kicker for that price. Used, I mean, like a kicker snap. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I feel like a kicker snap used, like 300 shouldn't. It shouldn't be more than that. But I just don't know if they're that easy to find. But a regular kicker, you know, the wheel off kicker, you know, the Gen 1 or the 16 models, I see those from time to time at 400. And then pretty often at 500. So that's probably what I would. It may take some patience, but that's probably where I would look. Because anything else down in that price range, I mean, if you can get a Hammer or a Neo 2, Neo in that price range used, that's great. Like, those are good too. But, oh yeah. A kicker, Vainglory, is it the kind that you leave the wheel on? Or is it the kind that you leave the wheel off? If it's the kind you take the wheel off of, for $350 and it works, buy it and buy it now. If it's the kind that the wheel is on the bike, $350 is still not a bad price, but you could probably get it a little cheaper than that used. But if it's the kind that's a wheel off trainer like I've got, like $350 used, yeah, buy that. I say buy it. If it works, buy it. I sold mine at my good friend price at 400. I would have advertised it for 550. So any version, I don't know, there's some of you guys have been around for a while. I don't know if Frank's still out there. But I think any version kicker under $400 that's a wheel off trainer is worth that, I think. I mean, you just don't have problems. The earlier versions are a tiny bit less accurate with power, but they're still well within the tolerances that you need for Zwift racing compared to some of the other junk that's out there. And they're just, I mean, other than the newest model that's been having a few little glitches, actually, the earlier versions are like super tanky beasts. Just don't have problems. A belt breaks here and there. You can get a belt from a parts store for under $40. That's really it. So then if you get the kicker, all you really need from there is like how you're going to connect it to Zwift. All the kickers are Bluetooth, so if you've got a smartphone that'll run Bluetooth, I mean, you're golden. You don't need anything else. Assuming the smartphone will either run Zwift directly, or you've got a PC to run Zwift and use the companion app to connect your trainer. You want to connect to heart rate straps and stuff like that. It depends on whether you have Bluetooth or ANC Plus heart rate straps, which is the better direction to go. But, you might be looking at a ANC Plus dongle to use some of your existing heart rate and stuff like that. Or if you're buying new, just buy Bluetooth and use your phone, and you don't have to buy as much stuff. So there's a lot of different options out there, but the trainer's the big one. And yeah, I mean, if you're legit getting one for $350, where are you at, Vanglory? Are you in the U.S.? I guess I should be careful, like exchange rates if you're global. I'm talking U.S. money. I'm in Germany. Okay. You might want to look at exchange rates, but I think we're pretty close, like euro to dollar, for that stuff. Like, what's a new kicker cost? That's a good benchmark for me. What's a new kicker cost for you in euro? A new kicker for us is $1,200. So we're looking at like a quarter of the cost of a new one. $2017. Yeah. 2017 is actually the second newest model. I mean, they're good. But not much else to say. I mean, they're dependable. No major issues. Wahoo honors their warranty really well. Yeah, I mean, obviously, your whole buying used online scammers, watch for all the normal warning signs, but somebody look up what the cost of a new kicker is in euros. Like, what can you order a new one for, Vanglory? That'll give me a relative value at $350. Like, I think we're pretty close, but I want to make sure. I'm assuming a new kicker for you is going to be between 1,000 and 1,200 euro, which means $350 is a good price. Yeah, 1,200 new. That's what I thought. Yeah, so if you've got good buyer protection on it and they say it's fully functioning and there's no issues and all that, like, $350 is a deal. Careful on shipping. If they're trying to say buyer pays shipping and they don't know the shipping cost, it's heavy. Like 50 pounds heavy. So, I mean, there will be a good shipping cost to it. They got a big mass to them. Yeah. Yeah, that's a judgment call. I will tell you, it'll be hard to find one at that price. But they're out there. Yeah. I mean, you'll find them pretty regularly at 500, I think. At least you can around here. You know, within a couple weeks you'll see one pop up for that price that you can get a hold of. Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for dropping in and chatting. Hopefully I gave you some information to at least help. See ya, buddy. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, I mean, your other option at that price point is a used power meter, something like that, JC, exactly. And a dumb trainer. But you're going to have 350 into easily get 350 into a used power meter and a dumb trainer. And a cheap dumb trainer at that. Trying to sneak through here. The big burst in momentum. Haha, got the jersey. I cheated. I got a running start at it. Whew. Thanks, man. So, AMA triathlete. Obviously, you're a triathlete. Where are you based out of? I'm actually a triathlete myself. Well, kinda. I'm a cyclist who does triathlons. West Texas, okay. I'm Central Illinois. So, I'm actually trying to decide whether I sign up for Des Moines 70.3 right now for next year. I've got an early registration code. And we've got a ton of my friends going. I'm gonna have a big group training for it. And then we kind of laughed, like, if I just commit to walking the run, it's the first year. If I just commit to walking the run, can I just go get the
set the record bike split for the first year. Like, put down a number and say screw it and walk the run, or, you know, blow it up on the bike. If I don't have to run, I can throw down a hell of a bike split. Yeah. Now on the other side of it, I would really like to PR my 73. My first 73, I did just 5 minutes over 5 hours, and I wasn't racing that day. I was just performing, and it was my first, so it was no pressure, all that stuff. So now I'm like, do I want to put the pressure on myself to go for, you know, sub 5 hour, maybe 4:45, or do I just cruise? So I gotta decide. My shifting's gone wonky. I don't care though, I'm going outside tomorrow. So I'm not gonna chase the gears on the kicker. I'm gonna take the bike off and put it on the put the wheel back on. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, I do it all on the bike. I think that one event that I did, it's like a 45-minute swim. I'm not a swimmer at all. I did like a 45-minute swim. I have no idea what my bike was at this point. It was probably like a 23 average speed. And then I ran a 145 half at the end. So on that one, and this is where I struggle. Like if I pull back on the bike, on that one, my rule on the bike was no heart rate under over 150. Kept my heart rate under 150, and I hit the run and felt fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. And that's actually my fastest ever half marathon still. I haven't run a standalone half marathon since then, and that's been like 4 years ago. So I know I can beat that time in a half Mary, but I haven't actually done it. That's actually my PR. But for me to do a 70.3, my biggest struggle is the swim. I'm completely out of swim shape, and I hate swimming, and I hate open water swimming even more. So I gotta get in the pool this winter. I've gotta get super swim fit, and I've gotta get super comfortable in the swim so I can just chill and relax and do a 40 to 45 minute swim. I'm not going to push a swim. I'm not, because it messes with my mind going that hard in the swim. It doesn't work for me. The swim has to be just easy, zone 2, cruise, and I'll get on the bike and I'll get after it. You know, just, we'll go fishing on the bike. I'll actually be with a buddy of mine who can swim and run faster than me. So it'll be fun because I'll probably have 8-10 minutes or more to close on him on the bike. And then he'll be coming back on me on the run. Yeah, I think the reason I did really well in that first half that I did is because I literally was in the water. They said go, and I didn't go. Like, no, I'm going to wait like 30 seconds here. Let it kind of clear, and then I went and I just cruised. Like, I did not care at all about where I finished. So when I got off the bike, then I was like, it's giddy up time. Like, we feel good. We got through the rest of it. All we got to do is run, and we ran. And that's really probably the way I need to approach them all. The distance one. Like in a sprint, I just gotta go. Like in a sprint try, it's all about throwing down on the bike and trying to hold my lead on the run. Is typically the way I race my local sprint. I usually will come off the bike in the lead, and it's an out and back course, so I can usually, see the runners coming at me, right? And I usually know by a mile and a half into the run if I've any hope of holding on. And it's usually pretty clear, right? When I've been passed with authority and lost by a minute. And when I've held the lead, I've held it comfortably with like a minute. So, I've never been down to, less than probably 30 seconds, one way or the other on those. I'm just going to turn the pedals off here. It's completely annoying to me to see the completely awful power numbers on the pedals. So tomorrow morning we got a... yeah. So, our plan for, tomorrow is a metric century outside. Bright and early in the morning. We can jump off the bike here and we can talk a little bit while I'm doing that. Getting some stuff ready for that. So, let me turn off my filters here. Turn off the music. Filters. There we go. We can chat a little bit while I'm getting ready for tomorrow. Get the headphones out. Got the music on in the background. Music's a little too loud. There we go. You also hear you'll hear the chat voice talking to us now too in the room, I think. So tomorrow's a metric century. We did like 55 miles yesterday outside. It's super hot here right now, but I'm trying to kind of mix up my training. So today I just got on here to spin a little bit. Testing voice chat, yeah. Actually, you know what? I didn't turn it on. Here. We'll turn it on. It'll talk now. I only turned my music on in the room. So, to get ready for tomorrow, first thing we gotta do is get this off. Test, there you go. So normally that's in my headphones, that voice chat. So when you guys type in chat, it goes into my headphones. I'm gonna get the computer set up for tomorrow. We'll drop this so you guys can probably see a little bit more what I'm doing here too. So tomorrow we've got like a 20-mile loop or 22-mile loop, and then a I don't know, like a 45-mile loop. So I don't need all the bottle holders. I'm grabbing some tools. I'm gonna take off the profile design or the or what is it, the X-Labs wing off the back, because I don't need that for tomorrow. 3 bottles is enough. We'll do 1 on the aero bars and the 2 on the frame. So we're gonna get rid of the back bottles here. You can see the video in the background is actually my ride from yesterday on this bike outdoors. Let me move my, oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I was gonna move my camera out of the way a little bit.
There's no good place to put it, is there? Let me just shrink it a little bit.
Oh yeah, I have to install my GoPro mount I got for my birthday.
Yeah, I got the GoPro on here. You know, you hear about people having problems out on the road and that, so I've been trying to keep my GoPro on. I've only got a forward-mounted one right now, but I've been trying to keep that on there as a safety device as well. So you can see on the background on the video here, I didn't have power. I didn't have good power, so I didn't put power into the video. You'll see everybody else that I'm with. You'll probably only see the guy in the green jersey. This is just passing a guy out in the country, but the guy in the green jersey and I exchange poles a lot. I'm on this bike here, the road bike with clip-ons. The other two are on tri-bikes. But the third person is a lady that rides with us, a local female, and she's behind me for most of the ride.
Hey Casey, have a good day on the bike. Just popping in from work.
Sounds good, Steely. Hope work's going well. Hope you're feeling good and getting back to training.
That's what I remember Illinois looking like.
Yep, Carlo, that's pretty much it. There's the farm sprayer out there in the field that we just went by. That's pretty much what 95% of the state looks like. So the guy next to me here has actually been riding on Zwift some too. So if you've done some evening races with me on Zwift a few times, this is Taggart. A few times Taggart has joined in on races with us.
A couple more days and I'll be back to 100%. 7 days till my fondo.
Sounds good, man. Well, I hope that goes well. I hope you're good to go for that. So we got the old Aero wing off. We're dropping some weight for tomorrow. Simplifying the bike a little bit. So the Aero wing is off.
What's tomorrow?
We're just doing a metric outside, kind of a group deal. The triathlon.
TT?
No, the gravel, or the local tri club had a group ride going, and some guys wanted to do a little faster pace. So
I'm making a custom number plate design.
I volunteered to go out and pull the guys along some. So just dropping a little bit of stuff off the bike from when I rode yesterday. Because this one's gonna have 2 loops, basically. I only have to.
Sounds fun.
I only have to have like 40 miles of water with me, so I don't need 5 bottles. 3 bottles is enough. So I'm just dropping off some bottle mounts. So we can put 1 bottle up here on the aero bars, 2 on the frame. So we'd be good to go there. I'll probably be the only one on a road bike. Everybody else will probably be on TT bikes. So we're just going to throw the wheel on now and just probably not mess with the shifting too much, but just run through the gears quick and make sure it's in the ballpark. So once I get out on the road, I only have to do maybe 1 or 2 minor adjustments. Alright. Wheels on. A couple of my checks that I do. Grab both brakes. Pull the brakes. And then spin the wheels. No wheel rub. Back one actually, something's off back here. There we go. So something was off on the back. Okay, do that. Spin the wheel. No wheel rub. So I always squeeze the brake handles and then spin the wheels because that'll center up your brakes and make sure that it's not going to rub your wheel. I use different wheel sets, so sometimes I have to fine tune the brake centering. And then simple gear check, just flip it over. We're gonna pedal it a little bit. And it's a hassle with the aero bars on, but I think we can do it.
Brake centering always is annoying ever since I swapped to my new SRAM system. It seems to rub after every ride.
So what kind of brakes does it run?
No matter how much I fiddle with it.
I gotta tell you, my TT bike is really annoying with that. Okay, I think I got her pretty good. Let me just drop the chain. Alright. Prop it against the wall here. I think that's it. I think we got it ready to go for tomorrow. I don't think we've got anything else to do to get ready for tomorrow. I'm gonna change helmets, I think. Usually wearing my Aero road helmet and it is hot. So I may go to my old mountain bike helmet with a little more air movement for tomorrow as well. Let's take a look to see, is anybody out there streaming? Let's lift our tray here so I can stand here. We got anybody streaming? Not seeing any Zwift streamers. Just me. So thanks everybody for hanging out. It's been a good Friday afternoon ride. We've had some new followers out here, some new chatters. So thanks guys that are new. For stopping in and chatting, and I appreciate it. Make sure you follow the channel and keep up with what's going on here. Probably won't stream tomorrow doing the long ride outside, but you never know what I might decide to do. And then Sunday, I think I'm going to do some odds and ends around the house, and we might come in and stream a little bit later on Sunday. We definitely have some streams next week. Exciting stuff coming up next week. The Classics race next Wednesday. We'll be here live for that one. I'm not planning on racing that one. I'll be in the team car leading the Team Experimental team in the race next week. So that ought to be fun.
Sounds
so
good,
for
man.
sure, make sure you're
Good to
around
see
for
you.
that. JC, good luck with your long ride, man. Good luck with your getting your bars set up. Hope you enjoy it. Remember, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right, buddy. So first rule out there for your long ride is have some fun. Don't get so focused that you don't enjoy the ride. So thanks everybody for hanging out. We're going to take off and have a good afternoon and enjoy your weekend.
כביש מספר 6 לדרום עמוס מבאקה ועד...
המשבר בקואליציה?
חיפוט, אירובי, פילאטי.
יש רעיונות. כן, זה בלילה, אבל למה זה מזרחי? לא רוצה.